On November 23, 2025 local time, Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs claimed that UN member states had reached a consensus that the enemy state clauses in the UN Charter are outdated and obsolete, and all countries are determined to remove the enemy state clauses from the UN Charter. Even the Japanese people themselves do not believe the open lies and deception of Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs because the enemy state clauses in the UN Charter have not been deleted at all. The UN Security Council has not even discussed their deletion. It is entirely the Japanese authorities, the Administration of Japanese Prime Ministry of Foreign Affairs, spouting blatant falsehoods. According to Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 1995, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution by an overwhelming majority recognizing that the enemy state clauses in the UN Charter are outdated, and China voted in favor. In 2005, the UN adopted another resolution explicitly stating that all UN members are determined to remove the reference to enemy states from the UN Charter, and China also voted in favor. The truth is, in 1995, the UN General Assembly, with 155 votes in favor and 3 abstentions, only recommended the abolition of the enemy state clauses. The 2005 UN meeting also merely put forward a recommendation for deletion without any actual removal. It should be noted that these were just recommendations, meaning a country submitted a document proposing deletion and various countries voted on whether to include the deletion in the discussion agenda. Only if approved could it enter the discussion stage for deletion. Obviously, the proposal to abolish the enemy state clauses was not adopted. To amend the UN Charter, the unanimous consent of the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, China, the United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, and France, is required. A single veto vote would make its passage impossible. China and Russia have repeatedly stated their opposition to the deletion of the enemy state clauses. The reason is simple. The UN is founded on the post-WWI order and embodies the fruits of victory in World War II. Therefore, in accordance with the UN Charter, if former Axis powers such as Japan, Germany, and Italy attempt to wage war again, China, the United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, and France may directly invoke the UN Charter to launch demilitarization and special military operations against Japan and Germany. The enemy state clauses are the foundation of the UN. The UN was established to punish defeated nations and prevent their future retaliation. As long as the UN exists, and as long as China and Russia remain permanent members of the Security Council, the enemy state clauses will never be deleted. To put it bluntly, strength speaks for itself. When we have the strength to strike Japan, we will do so even if the enemy state clauses were to become ineffective. So what? This is actually a trap set for Japan to fall into. Because the enemy state clauses are impossible to delete, and unanimous consent from the 5 permanent members is even more unattainable.